Hey guys, what's up? It's Paige. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So honestly, I never thought I would be making this video just because, I don't know, I didn't know how to share this story. I know that it is something that's really profound, but I also see a lot of benefit in sharing this story and understanding that, like, regardless of you believing in the law of attraction or the laws of the universe, they still work. The universe supports every belief that you have, regardless of what it is, what it means, anything like that. So like I said, I figure that this is a good story to share, and this will be the story about how I accidentally manifested a car. Before I get started, I just want to say, if you're new here, welcome to the club. I hope you like this video. I hope you stick through the end so you don't think I'm crazy either. So I guess the best way to disclaim any of this is just to start with the fact that, like, I was a non-believer at this point. I didn't understand the law of attraction. I hadn't really thought much about creating my own reality. I mean, I kind of knew the concept, but I never really understood to like what level that was actually true and how you could actually create your reality more than with, you know, your attitude and stuff like that. Like I said, I mean, that's my biggest disclaimer about this whole thing is you hear a lot, and I myself preach a lot, that you're attracting things into your reality, regardless if you are doing it intentionally or not. Whatever is going on in your mind and however you're feeling, it's attracting things into your life that suit that type of feeling, that type of thought, those patterns that you have. Now, obviously, you know, if you have one intrusive thought every now and then, it's not going to change your complete reality. So that's the biggest thing here is, like, I don't know how long this took to manifest. I can't give you any kind of time limits of why it happened in the time that it did. I still haven't figured that part out yet, but I guess that's why you call it divine timing. So I guess the best way to describe this is the fact that I came from a place where I was not okay. I've explained this before in my past videos. I worked at a bar at one point, and that's where I was at my lowest of low. I got my worst health. I felt mentally the worst. Physically, I felt the worst. I mean, like, literally, it was just the worst part of my life. From there, I just kind of broke. I gave up. I literally didn't have a job for a couple of months. I was just, like I said, I felt very broken. But from there, I took the initiative to get myself back on track. Honestly, I think overall, I think that has the biggest impact on this entire story because, you know, when you are manifesting things into your reality, or you're trying to manifest things into your reality, that's great. That's dandy, and the universe is ready to help you. But you have a lot of things that you carry in your aura, in your world around you, that you don't even realize that it's taking up space, that's actually not allowing you to have these manifestations into your life because, you know, there's limiting beliefs. There's some sort of block that it's happening for whatever reason to you. And that's like the biggest thing that had to be addressed, which for me, you know, that was addressed in a way that was not smooth at all. I just kind of quit my job on the spot because I was not feeling good. I knew I wasn't in the right place. I knew I wasn't doing the right thing, but I had no idea what to expect going forward. Now, granted, I feel like I was able to manifest this job, which put me into the mind space of being able to heal, which so happened to be working at this health club. Now, I can just say right off the bat that this job was a pretty easy job, but there was just parts of it that I don't really want to get into that it made it a harder job. It made it a job that people were not staying in it. Turnover rate for my position specifically was absolutely crazy. I mean, the person that was supposed to train me literally dipped out within 2 days of me being there, being hired. So, I mean, as you can tell, like, yeah, that situation was amazing compared to what I was in, but it still had its faults. It still had a lot of areas that were just not good for me or the other people that tried out the position, apparently. So I just really didn't pay much mind to that because at this point I was just really ready to get myself together, get my life together. Like, it was my only mindset at this time. This was all about my feelings. Like, I was at the point where I was like, you know what, I'm never letting another position, another job, another employer, whatever it was, I'm never going to get to the point where I give my all to them and I don't feel like I'm getting anything in return. Like, I was so over feeling unappreciated. Like I said, the biggest thing was that I got myself on track. Like, I recognized that I wasn't on track for what I wanted, and I took responsibility for that, and I dipped out. Now, like I said, you know, that wasn't the best way to go about it, and it didn't bring me to the ultimate best next perfect step for me, but it brought me to the next step, which was this job. Like I said, I get into this job. I'm actually really good at this job. Just naturally, it required a lot of organizing and a lot of just managing and stuff like that. I was the manager, so that would make sense. But I was going to do whatever I had to do to start feeling better. And because of that, I just put myself into this job because this job had a great environment about it. Like I said, there were some extreme challenges about this job, but overall, the job for itself, I just just focused on the good things. I really genuinely just switched my mind to feeling good. And like I said, that was always my main focus. And if it meant I had to inconvenience people sometimes, which was very rare, but you know, it happens. And that's part of mental health, and getting better with your mental health is knowing your limits and knowing, you know, what you do like and what you don't like. And for me, you know, understanding my feelings was all that was about. I just really had to get that under wraps before I could do anything. I think from there, that's where the law of attraction really just kind of kicked it up, because when you're acting in that flow state, I know I've talked about it before and you've probably heard other people talk about it, you don't really understand what the flow state is, because you go from wanting something, which to me, I wanted to feel good, I wanted to feel safe and secure and taken care of and appreciated and all of these things, then realizing, you know, that's not what your life gives. That's not what your life has right now. That's not what your environment, your reality currently is. So having those two like paradoxical elements to try to balance out in order to manifest something, it's difficult. But like I said, I mean, I had no awareness of this at this time. So I just did my job instinctively to the best that I could. I maintained my best attitude, because that's all you can do half the time, really. I just stuck to it. I literally made that job a part of me. I used it as a way to fill up this part of my heart that I didn't really know how to fill up. I really didn't know how to get what I wanted out of life. Yes, I kind of knew what I wanted to get out of life, but I didn't really know how to get there. All I knew is that, you know, this was my reality right now. This is what I'm given in this very moment. So I'm just gonna take it and ride with it. I'm gonna be okay with it, though. That's the biggest thing, is I'm just gonna be okay with the moments as they arise, and I'm gonna try to maintain my peace, because that's my only goal. All I want is to feel peace. Literal months go by of me standing my ground, of me finding that inner peace within myself, really finding that inner peace. I mean, there would be times where literal ridiculous things would happen. I would say stuff, I'd get yelled at for weird things that I didn't really even do. There would just be little hiccups around the road that made it so much harder for me to find this place of peace, yet I took those as opportunities to heal. I was like, whatever, like, I'm just trying to feel good. So that was honestly, like I said, my entire mindset is like, you know what, all I care about is feeling good. That is it. Everything else, whatever. Like, that's all I care about, though. And I remember people kind of pestering me, being like, couldn't you get a new car? What about making more money? What about doing this? What about doing that? Is that a long-term career? Is this what you like? It was just all of these questions to try to like kind of poke me and almost make me feel like I was tested for like wanting to feel good in a way. So that was something that I remember happening right before this amazing experience happened, which was I got surprised by my boss at the time with a car. Now, I see this as accidentally manifesting, because everything in your life is a manifestation of the actions, the choices, and the feelings, thoughts that you have and that you work with throughout your day. You know, you reshape your reality with every choice you make. Looking at this situation and seeing, you know, my boss randomly just deciding like, no, your car just broke down like a little bit ago, like no problem, I'll cover it, and gave me like a company car. That was just the absolute most insane thing. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but my boss just decided that she was going to gift me and another coworker actually a car. Here's the thing that I understand about this being a manifestation of me handling things so well, of me taking care of myself, of me trying to feel good all the time and taking the higher route. I just completely take the car as a manifested reality for those choices that I made, to stick on the higher ground, to feel like I was taking care of other people and taking care of myself. Therefore, I got taken care of just when I needed it, because my car broke down like a week before that happened. This story is great, and as you can tell by the thumbnail, you know, it really happened. This is something that truly happens to people, and I literally would have never seen myself had this happen to me. But here's the thing about making these positive choices. Instant gratification is what this world works off of. You know, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, you have everything just at your fingers. You have freaking microwaves, like everything literally at your fingers. To live in a world where you're expecting that instant gratification, I mean, it's gonna be hard to do the uncomfortable thing, which is normally to take the higher route, because like I said, I mean, that's not normally how you decide to go about things. It's really, really easy to go in your old patterns and do things how you've always done them. But did that get you what you wanted? Did that get you that end result that you were looking for? You know, that's up to you. But for me, all of that work that I did before I got this car, I realized that I was like, oh my God, those totally correlate with each other. I totally manifested this. I totally deserve this, because there's just, you can't make things like that happen to people that don't deserve them. I can guarantee that right now. You can't correlate something so good to somebody if they aren't like at that level of goodness and taking care of themselves. You know, like I said, I took care of myself for months without the support of others, without the support of, you know, somebody giving me a car. I took care of myself regardless of the situation. And therefore, I was able to manifest something that I wanted in the time that I wanted it, because I needed it. I mean, in conclusion, this video is way less about how I accidentally manifested a car. Actually, a lot more how I maintained a good attitude for long enough that I could manifest a $30,000 car. I mean, that to me is just absolutely insane. It just gives me goosebumps and butterflies just to think about it, because that's really magic. And that's magic of the real world, people. This is how things really actually work. You know, and you could say that those are all coincidences, but every person that I know personally that saw me have this happen to me, like, you deserve it. Like, you totally deserve that. And that is just enough of a solidifying factor that yes, you manifest everything that comes into your life, every single thing. And if you are living a life that you are not happy with right now, take ownership for yourself. Make a change, because like, you never know. Somebody could give you a car because you do it. Like, that's all I have to say. Like, you just never know how the universe is going to meet your needs unless you try to meet your needs first and show them that, like, hey, you know, I'm trying to meet my needs right now. You get along with this and you get on this idea, hop on the bandwagon of helping Paige or helping, you know, whoever you are. You will be so surprised to see that the universe is like, oh yeah, like, no problem. I don't know, guys. Like I said, I just really hope this video inspires you to not only accidentally manifest beautiful things in your life, but to come from a heart space that allows you to do so, which is just being happy, allowing yourself to be happy, main priority. Don't try to push through things. Don't try to be stronger and repress them. Like, really feel your shit. Allow it to do what it needs to do, and allow energy to flow, and allow good things to flow to you. But like I said, good things can only flow to you if you make room for them to flow, and that means that you're not filling in the good work to try to make things happen for yourself. Like I said, all those people that were trying to tell me, like, why don't you do this? Well, how can you stand for this? I wouldn't deal with this. I wouldn't do that. I knew down in my heart that I was doing something right, so I just did it, and I just went for it, and like, I got rewarded very wonderfully for it. So yeah, that is today's video, guys. Like I said, just hope this inspires you. Let me know if you've done any weird things like this that you've manifested into your life. Honestly, it is the most crazy experience. As small or as big as they can be, it doesn't matter. You are a magical person. You have the ability to manifest and create your own reality. So do just that. But I'm gonna go, so I hope to see you guys in later videos. Bye for now.